the cabin smells really, really bad. Pretty big. You don't speak English? No English? Hello and welcome to another aviation adventure flying the flag carrier of Angola all the way down to South Africa with a stop in Luanda. I took a trip on TAAG in 2019 and it was a lot of fun, and now I'm back for more. My journey started on a beautiful morning in Frankfurt on the newly demoted 4-star Hansa, and as usual with some grumpy and unwelcoming crew who would take me to Lisbon. I would have a few hours on the ground before taking TAAG's beautiful flagship, the Boeing 777, to Luanda on an overnight flight. And after a couple of hours in transit, I would continue my journey to Johannesburg, once again on the Angolan flag carrier. So please join me on another Africa adventure. So here we are, welcome to Lisbon, flying TAAG Angola again, but this time in economy class. So let's go, let's check in, and let's start a great adventure all the way to Johannesburg. You are the sweetest, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, hey? Bye-bye. Bye. So all checked in, ground stuff here is lovely, super sweet, super nice, super kind. And so now let's head airside. So guys, and here we are at the gate, and look at this sexy bird, an absolute beauty, TAAG Angola 777, stunning. And I remember when I traveled it like in 2019 in business class, it was such an exciting trip. It was around the time when I hit 100,000 subscribers, and now I'm just as excited to try this one in economy class. And also a really cool thing about this 777 is, I think it's still only one in Africa, or African airline, to feature a first class cabin. I think they have 4 or 8 seats in first class. I hope I get to try that one day as well. But I do have a huge smile on my face, as you can see, because I think today is going to be quite a journey. And then I think the onward journey to Johannesburg is also going to be on a 777. But I guess we will find out. But look at her. Isn't she beautiful? The sun slowly started to set, and at around 10 p.m. we started to board our flight to Luanda. TAAG Angola operates a fleet of 8 Boeing 777s with an average age of 11 years. It currently flies to Lisbon, Madrid, Johannesburg and Sao Paulo. Before COVID, they also offered flights to Havana and Porto. The plane offers 8 seats in first class, 53 in a not so popular 232 configuration, and 228 in a very popular 9 abreast setup. For instance, Emirates has 10. Overall, the first impression was lovely. The cabin looked clean and the crew appeared very nice and welcoming. Only the pink light in the cabin wasn't very pleasing on the eye. Genius me forgot to turn on his microphone, so unfortunately I lost all the footage of my first impression. However, as already mentioned, it was great. Also, the load on today's flight was very low, so I won't end up with an entire row to myself. But let me also give you a quick little seat tour. Each seat features a personal entertainment screen with a USB port and a universal power outlet. The seat offers a decent recline as well as a footrest. The plane doesn't feature any Wi-Fi connectivity but offers plenty of movies. However, the entire system was switched off during the flight and no particular reason was given why. The safety video was shown and the plane was pushed back, and we made our way to the runway for an on-time departure to Angola. Now it's also a good time for you to hit that subscribe button. Thank you! So guys, we are 45 minutes into the flight, and as you noticed, I had a great first impression of the cabin, the crew, and I was really impressed. However, This is not a travel vlog, this is a comprehensive flight review. So I also have to show you the shortcomings, and there are a lot right now as we progress into the flight. First problem, the in-flight entertainment isn't working, so you can't go beyond the home screen, and that doesn't only affect my seat but the entire cabin. But even if it was working, until now the crew hasn't given out any headphones, so you couldn't take advantage of it. So the second problem is, this is a 7-hour flight, overnight flight. What do you want to do during the night? Exactly, you want to sleep. However, TAAG Angola is not providing any blankets or pillows, which once again takes a lot away from the comfort that you possibly could have on this flight. So yeah guys, we were off to a great start, but now the experience seems to be decreasing right now. However, next on the agenda is the food review. I can smell it already. They're getting the dinner ready, so I hope this is going to be much more enjoyable than the first 45 minutes of the flight. So we've been an hour into the flight, and I have a warm meal sitting in front of me. I could choose between fish or beef. I decided to go for the beef. Cabin crew is very kind, very nice, very patient. I like that. However, I wanted to turn on the reading light so I can take some better videos of the food. However, it's also not working. So I don't know what the issue is here at that 777, but I mean, I can demonstrate that to you. So the lights above me are supposed to turn on, but yeah, they don't work. However, I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna dig in, and I'll let you know what the food quality is like here on TAAG. So as you guys could probably see, very impressed with the dinner service. So yeah, TAAG Angola is scoring a few more points now again. Full of flavors, great portion, loved it. Dessert was excellent. Overall, it was a very satisfying dining experience. So I'm going to try to sleep a little bit because I still have a long journey ahead of me. 4 hours on the ground in Luanda, and then another 3.5 hour flight to Johannesburg. So I feel like I should rest as much as I can on this flight. Perhaps there's going to be a breakfast service tomorrow morning or something like that. I don't know, and I don't want to promise anything. But what I can promise you is I'm going to do a loo review a little later after my nap. All right. So guys, beautiful good morning. I probably slept for a solid 4 hours. I think it's another 1.5 hours to go. We're just being served a breakfast box, but to be honest, I'm not very hungry. But I got to say that the cabin crew member on my aisle, his name is Jose, and Jose is amazing. He earlier, before I went to sleep, I asked him whether he could find a blanket somewhere, and he actually did get me a blanket from the business class cabin, which was very kind, and he's very nice. He's really asking me, how do you want your coffee? Earlier at the dinner service, he was really being really he's giving me all the choices of drinks, so he really makes a difference. So if anyone is watching from TAAG Angola, please note that Jose was doing an amazing and tremendous job on this flight, and he definitely deserves some recognition. Yeah, I'm not really hungry though, so I think I'll pass on the breakfast. So guys, beautiful good morning here from the loo. What a great morning exercise it is, right? Doing a loo review with a blocked sink, which is pretty gross, and there's no real amenities here. It's a bit underwhelming, but it is spacious, and sometimes, you know, I question myself and it's like, Josh, why do you really have to do loo reviews? but I found in the comment section there's a lot of disabled people, for example, who travel as well, and they say it's always important to see what the loo looks like. And so here we are. It's nice, it's spacious, but it's not really on the clean side. Would expect the crew to look after it a little more, which they don't. So yeah, it's a very mixed flight in terms of performance. Jose is a wonderful, great crew member, but then you have a lot of floors where I hope the airline can work on. But yeah, that's it. Probably another hour, then 4 hours on the ground in Luanda. We're going to show you around the airport for a little bit, and then we continue to Johannesburg on what I believe is the 777 as well. It would be great if it's a 737, which was my plane the last time, so it would have a bit more variety, but we find out. Anyways, going to head back to my seat and probably going to try to catch up on a bit more sleep. We then started our descent into Luanda's international airport, which is due to be replaced by the new Angola International Airport in 2023. A new modern one with 2 parallel runways as well as jet bridges, which the current one is lacking. So everyone else is getting off now? Yes. Yeah. In Luanda, it's always a remote gate, which can be quite time-consuming. Nothing beats the beautiful views when disembarking the mighty 777 on stairs, giving you a great view of this engineering masterpiece. If Luanda happens to be your final destination, you will be dropped at a COVID testing station in one of the hangars. If you are in a transit, you'll be taken to the main terminal. After a security check, you'll be entering the main building with very limited facility. The whole procedure takes around 20 to 25 minutes. Hey there. Johannesburg. So guys, and here we are. Welcome to Luanda International Airport. A pretty smooth transit experience so far, and the airport looks exactly the same as I remembered it from like 2019. To spice up this review a little bit, I'm going to try and see if I can upgrade to business class, but yet I haven't found like a counter or sales office to do so, but let's see and explore here a little. Let's see if we can find one. Hey, how are you? I was wondering how much is an upgrade for this flight to Johannesburg, if you can check that, or where I can check it. Is there an office to upgrade?
Lisbon.
Yeah, and now I want to upgrade to business class. No, you don't speak English? No English. I have to go down, like, now I want to pay business.
Pay business.
Yeah, where? Office?
No, Cahill.
Somewhere? Unfortunately, none of the staff happened to speak English, so I had to give up on my upgrade mission. However, thanks to my priority pass, I was able to enter another lounge where I would kill a few hours before leaving to Joburg. So it seems like we're boarding Johannesburg now. Let's do this. Hey, how are you? Johannesburg? Yeah. So we are boarding. I believe I have a middle seat. No, I mean it is. It's a 777. It's a middle seat. But I hope there is nobody sitting next to me. But we'll find out very soon. Once again, I would hop on the bus for my second TAAG Angola flight of the day. And given the limited facilities and capabilities of the airport, everything worked rather smooth and easy. And this is my 777-300 taking me to South Africa. The plane is only 8 years old, but it does appear very dated and very run down in comparison to my 7-year-old plane I took from Lisbon to Luanda. I think this way, eh? The economy class features 225 seats in a passenger-friendly 333 configuration. It also features a business class as well as a first class cabin. So guys, and here we are, welcome on board the 777-300, and I was like, it's probably going to be a boring flight, same plane, same cabin, same seat, but no, this is actually the old configuration, the old seat of TAAG Angola, which they mostly use for flights within the African continent. So this is not the flagship that they sent to Portugal or now Madrid, and let me tell you, the cabin smells really, really bad. It smells really moldy, as if this plane has been in storage for a couple of months and you just took it out today. So, I mean, it all looks very worn, as you can see, and it just smells the way it looks like, to be honest. But as you can see, cabin doesn't look too busy, so I hope that I'm gonna have my own row, and then very much looking forward to the food. And yeah, so I guess 3 hours and then we'll be in Johannesburg. So let's enjoy this flight and let's make the best of it. Interestingly, also on this flight the in-flight entertainment wasn't working. We then made our way to the runway for another on-time departure. And as you probably know, I'm self-funded and pay for all my flights myself in order to give you an honest and unbiased opinion for you to make the right decisions when booking flights. So if you want to support my work and become part of my inner circle and join my WhatsApp group and get to see all the behind the scenes, check out my Patreon page. The link can be found in the box below. So I don't know whether it was an hour or half an hour, because I slept until now, until we got the breakfast, but it's like cold cut, a bun, a cake, an orange, some cheese, and a pineapple juice on this flight here to Johannesburg today. And they don't even have any card service because the plane is pretty empty, so they just deliver each tray from the galley right to the seat. Alright, let's dig in. So that was the breakfast, as good as it gets for cold cut, isn't it? It was filling, it was lovely though. Now I'm having a coffee, and if there's something I liked about TAAG Angola on both flights was the crew. The crew's really lovely, they're kind, especially Jose. He was really lovely on the first flight. Now here, the boys are very nice as well. They always have a smile to share, which I find very pleasant. And so is the rest of the flight, because it makes a difference, you know, when the plane is empty, it's empty, you know, it's spacious, it's quiet, it's comfortable. And by now I also got used to the smell. I don't smell it anymore. But that was quite shocking when I walked in here. It's like hit by a wall, like boom, like wow. But yeah, I guess another 90 minutes to go, and then we touch down in Johannesburg. And in Johannesburg I'll be meeting up with another YouTuber, my favorite YouTuber, and we'll be doing a few videos the next couple of days. So starting tomorrow, day after tomorrow, so you can look forward to some really nice and interesting adventures, because I know a lot of you guys like his content or love his content as well. And it was probably also the most requested YouTuber to collab with, so it's gonna be good. So I just quickly sneaked into the business class cabin, which is pretty big. Look, there's probably at least 45 seats in here, with a middle seat though. It's something I wouldn't enjoy. Imagine you're traveling business class and you have a middle seat, but yeah, looks really nice. And behind the curtain over there, It's actually the first class, but I'm actually not brave enough to sneak into the first class cabin. But I hope that I'm gonna get to fly it one day. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, this is the business class here. I then made my way back into the back of the cabin and we finally started our descent into Johannesburg. A 15-hour journey would finally come to an end, and it's probably a good time right now to summarize my experience on TAAG Angola. I paid $324 and considering the distance I covered with over 9,000 kilometers from Portugal to South Africa, I think I feel very satisfied with what I received from the airline. I was very impressed with the ground experience in Lisbon, and also the cabin crew was very kind and hard-working on both of my flights. The food was lovely and the transit experience was okay. Of course, Luanda isn't the most modern airport, but the transit was smooth and easy. The lack of in-flight entertainment on both flights was rather disappointing, as well as the very dated and smelly cabin on my second flight. Also, the fact that the airline doesn't provide blankets or pillows on an overnight flight didn't leave the best impression either. However, considering the price I paid, I was rather satisfied, and I would pick TAAG Angola again if the price was right. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe right now if you don't want to miss out on my Air Zimbabwe flight next week.